Hello, everybody. Welcome to Absolutely Obscure with Josh and Rory. I'm Rory.
I'm Josh.
And this is a podcast where we talk about movies you've never heard of.
Nope.
And you may think you've heard of this one. Yeah, but you haven't.
It's not that one.
It's
no.
not the good one. It's the one that came up way before it.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as fun or interesting or intriguing.
No.
We watched The Conclave this week.
Yes.
Now, this came out in 2006. This has a 6.5 on IMDb with 761 votes, and 600 people have seen this on Letterboxd. This is from director Christopher Schrew.
Mm-hmm.
It's German of some sort. And it stars a lot of people you've never heard of, and Brian Blessed, who I had heard of, but I don't know where I've seen him in anything.
Right.
Did you recognize him?
It's really hard for me to pull from. I think I was very familiar. I know he does. I don't know his name. This Star Wars character who was like the king of the Jar Jar Binks people. He does that guy, and which I hate that character. But then what I really know him from is he's in the first season of Blackadder. He plays the king.
Oh,
very funny.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
He is a very boisterous performer.
Great voice.
Great voice.
Yeah.
Loves chewing every word he has to say in any movie, especially this one where he's just like, 10 people are going to watch this, and I'm going to make them remember me.
Yeah.
And this is basically a movie about the Conclave of, what year was it? 1491, I believe?
That could be. I honestly didn't retain that at all.
It's like medieval times, and the Pope dies, and then they have a conclave.
Yeah. I didn't realize that's what because when we talked about it last week, that's what you said the new one was about. I had no idea that's what it's even called.
Yeah, it's this is a lot of conclave talk in a very short period of time, in that there was the new movie, there was the real life conclave, and now there's the old movie that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just getting inundated with conclave material.
I weirdly know a little bit about this because I am slightly familiar with the TV show The Borgias. And, so he played the character, like that was the Rodrigo Borgia.
Okay.
That was who Jeremy Irons played in the show.
I see.
Yeah.
And was Borgia a pope?
I think he does. We can talk about it, but I believe he becomes one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest. There's a lot of Italian names in this.
It is so hard.
There's a lot.
There's French names that sound slightly Italian. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people. I literally have everyone as either how they look or their actor's name.
Okay, great. Do you have the two bald, white, menacing guys who I confused the entire movie?
One of them is like something Faulkner.
Yes, both of them I've like recognized.
Oh, they're in so many things.
There's James Faulkner.
Okay.
I don't know what else I saw him in.
One of them, now I'm mixing them. They look so alike.
They look so
Their IMDb
alike.
profiles look like the same person.
Yes. Peter Guinness is the other one.
Guinness, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they... Peter Guinness is the more evil bald one, and James Faulkner is like the he's not really evil, he's kind of
he's more of his dickness is singled out solely on our lead.
Our lead is Manu Folio, who that's a very Italian name for a guy who is playing Italian here. Not much of an accent though, I will say.
Yeah.
Very Americanized. He plays, Rodrigo Borgia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, that's right.
Okay. He doesn't become the Pope in this movie.
No.
That's why I was like,
yeah.
No, he's not the Pope.
Right.
Brian Blessed is the Pope, eventually. As he should be.
Pope Brian Blessed, everyone knows that. Yeah.
Pope Brian Blessed. Blessed be.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah. So this is a co-production between Canada and Germany.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but this had the production budget of like a Canadian Heritage moment for me.
I'm going to be honest, I was a little shocked at like just I guess more comparatively to what we've been watching.
Yes.
So I was kind of shocked, like the costumes all looked okay aside from maybe the shields. I was like, well, those look pretty plastic. But yeah, and like I'll be specific about the indoor settings looked good. The outdoor, a little. Whenever there was a CGI background, it was pretty apparent.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, definitely the costumes generally, pretty great.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, if you look at Conclave, have you seen the new Conclave?
I have not.
Okay, I might make some comparisons because
Yeah, go for it.
Costumes in that are impeccable,
Right.
but that has such a higher budget kind of
Yes.
thing. But like looking at comparing them, they did a pretty good job
Yeah.
in recreating the costuming and the setting of
It
the
made
era.
me more sad that they were like that. I was like, oh, they thought people were going to want to see this movie, and they're like, let's put as much effort as we can with this budget that we have, and then the world was like, no.
I bet. I
don't
feel
want
like this is a movie that they really thought was going to get played in like 10th grade history classes.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And 10th grade, I guess, Catholic history classes, because I learned nothing about popes in school.
No, I have no idea. I didn't even realize until like I think the Borgias that I was so confused about. I didn't realize that maybe, and then Pope Benedict or whoever was the first one that I remember that I like you pick a pope name, because I was always so confused. Like when I would read about the Borgias, I was like, well, it's called the Borgias, and it's about Pope something or other. So I was like, I don't understand how he's connected. Like I didn't realize. Same with like the queens and stuff. You know, I had no idea.
You're just like, why do they keep? It's crazy how many Leos have gotten that far into being into the Catholic Church. Like 12 of them to be Pope.
So yeah, it was I don't know. It was interesting. I was happy to know one. If I didn't have that pin to like lock in on, that it was the one Pope that I slightly know about.
Yes,
I would have been totally lost in this movie. That was like the only guiding light that I had to grasp onto.
I do worry that watching the new Conclave maybe not pay attention as much to this one, because I'm just like, it's like the new one, but less.
Right.
It's a little bit more boring. I also we'll get into the plot here very shortly, but I did find it very funny constantly that in the outdoor scenes you constantly hear like animals and chickens, and you never see and I don't know, it's never stuck out to me before.
What are you talking about? The chicken was right off screen, Roy, didn't you? Come on.
But so many chicken noises, not a single chicken on screen.
They couldn't afford the animal handler.
No, oh,
fee.
absolutely not. No. All right, so we open on an immediately dying pope, played by the oldest man to ever be alive.
And I did want to point out too, pretty nice looking title credits, I thought.
Yes.
Yeah, they were like hand drawn or like pictures of old paintings, I guess, from this time.
Kind of like done up in the medieval style.
Yeah.
If you imagine a medieval painting. Yeah.
That's what it was. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone drops dead. My guess is the Pope. That's what I have in my
Yeah. You couldn't tell from his hat, his famous Pope hat. He's the only one to wear it, Josh.
And then we cut to a guy having sex.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he's fucking.
Yeah, he's going for it.
He's fucking now, and he'll be wanting to fuck throughout the entire
He's
time.
trying to get other because he's like, listen, I gotta go. We gotta figure this Pope thing out because I got some business to handle.
And honestly, he's not wrong, because we'll talk about a bit later, but like the woman he's with,
Everyone wants her.
everyone wants her. The conclave lasts what, 2 hours, and she's already with someone else by the end of it.
Well, I was so confused by the timeline in this movie. I guess, yes, it had to have been quick because they figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
But like, because there was a part where they cut to the woman again where she has a baby.
Did she?
I thought she was holding a baby at one point.
I feel like they wouldn't go that long without a pope.
No, that makes more sense. Maybe it was
Well, I think that the baby was there before.
that's the other thing. It's like maybe
Yes.
there was just always a baby. And
I
they
think
didn't
that
show
they
her.
were fucking with the baby just there.
I see.
You know, because they're
That makes
freaks
sense.
like that.
That's.
I mean, I gotta be honest. In the medieval times, you're probably fucking with everyone in the room. What else are you gonna? You don't.
there's
you
no walls. There's
you
no
only
rooms.
have one room.
Yeah, it's just the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that one's solid then.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I like that. This guy comes to fetch the dude who was their lead,
Yeah.
Rodrigo, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta go. They're calling you."
Mhm.
And he like barely steps out of the house, and this guy's immediately putting moves on the girl.
Yes.
He's like, well, I mean, he's leaving. Probably not gonna come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Rodrigo has his brother.
Yes.
Is also in the set. Did we find out where this is?
I'm I feel like Rome,
Yeah.
because they keep talking about this Roman-Spanish divide,
Mhm.
and I know they're the Spanish ones. So I think
Yes.
that's what I gathered. Somewhere in
Yes.
Rome. I don't know.
Agreed. I'm slowly dawning on me being like, we're not history.
No. Well, what I gathered was the Pope that just died. I mean, technically, if we find out, but he's collapsed.
Yes, he
And
collapsed first.
he's Spanish,
Mhm.
and basically, I mean, he's not even actually dead yet, and they're already like, let's kill these Spanish people and get them out of here. And so,
Yes.
like, yeah, they're both like, oh, we like have to flee,
Mhm.
or I guess no, they go. What is that? He like rolls up to the Pope,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, hey, good to see you, Rodrigo."
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Immediately dies.
Dies the second he says his name. I'm just like, that's
Bad timing.
that would stick with me for a very long time, personally. If I saw you, you're just like Rory, and then you just drop dead.
Yeah, that would mess the person up, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
What happens here? Some guy has to
So he dies, and then they basically are just like, okay, sorry, Spaniards, you're all going to die, and
I'm realizing now at the start of my notes are all like, some guy said this, some guy said that, because I don't know anyone's name, but it's like, yeah, someone asked him like, what are you doing here? Oh, because I think was that Pope also his uncle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
The Pope was
right,
because
he appointed him vice chancellor. What are they called?
He appointed him a position in the church.
Yeah, it's like your right hand, I'm assuming.
Yes,
whatever.
basically, yeah.
And so he was kind of protected. He was Nepo.
Yeah,
Pope.
he's a Nepo
Nepo
Pope.
cardinal.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he was kind of, so they're basically this like one guy that we said has like the vendetta against him, and all Spaniards. It seems like he's like, oh, what do you like? You better get out of here, because they're all gonna murder you probably.
Yeah, the Pope dies. Rioting ensues immediately.
Yes, and yeah, so like literally, him and the brother, they're like standing on a dock, and he's like, man, I can't. My calling's here. I gotta stay. And the brother's like, well, I'm going. So see ya. And and
the brother was like one of the chief security people in the city. I
right.
believe.
He like ran a part of the guard. I think for them.
One of the guard.
Yeah.
So he was also somewhat in a position of power, but he not important enough.
Yeah.
So,
and then so we cut to like they're at the like I guess the conclave. They're going inside.
They've started the conclave. One thing we did miss that I did like is during the riot, somebody did get shot in the mouth with an arrow.
The arrow holding out of the guy's mouth was good,
which was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, it was literally just a prop arrow that they like whip pan to, and he has an arrow
in his mouth already. Yeah, but, like the guy like holding the. Yeah, it was great. Yes. But so they're in front of the place, and then the same guy who like doesn't like Rodrigo's like
James Faulkner.
Yeah, Faulkner. Yeah,
yes.
he's like oh, like have we? He's talking to his kind of main guard dude. And he's like, have we found him? Is the murdering happening?
Yes.
And he's like, no, unfortunately. Meanwhile, you see this like beggar kind of banging a cup. He has like a blanket over him. You can't see his face or anything. And he's banging this cup on the ground. And then Brian Blessed comes in.
Yes.
And he must have realized it was him, right? He helps him to his feet. And it's our boy Rodrigo. And he's all decked out in his...
I like to think that Brian Blessed didn't realize it was
just
him.
went to go.
And he was just... That's why he gets... I know I already jumped ahead.
Yeah.
He ends up... I mean, it's
He's the
history, I
rightful
feel
choice.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was the Pope because he helped a beggar.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he pops up and because he's like walking into where they're going to pick the new Pope. He's safe. He's not going to get murdered. Even though the guard like reaches for his sword and Faulkner's like, come on, man, we can't do it right here. And he's like,
you know the rules. no killsy backseat.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the rules. Yes.
I do like, if you don't know who Brian Blessed is, what do you have a Brian Blessed impersonation in you?
I don't think so. Not at the moment. My throat's a little sore, especially. He's like you said, he's very boisterous. You need the
boys. Can we not settle on a Pope?
That's good.
That was bad. That was really bad. I appreciate you saying otherwise. That was terrible.
It's better than I could do right now.
Yeah.
But he also, you know, who he reminds me of a lot is like, with especially voice wise, is like Brian Cox, like the.
I was gonna say Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Oh, like that is 100%. I was like, I forgot who played Gimli, but I was like, this guy had to have been in Lord of the Rings. Like, right? He had to have been. But.
He looks like they could be brothers.
Yes,
if they never played brothers, honestly, shame on Hollywood.
That's funny. Yeah.
So yes, they are now in the Conclave. My note here. Oh, we are running out of notes quickly because I just have harumph, harumph, harumph. As the majority of the rest of my notes, because that's kind of because there isn't a lot of political intrigue that really boils down here. I feel
I might have some more notes than you, so I can try my best.
I apologize.
No,
but
I mean it is really it's not interesting notes. I have them written. I have them written down. Is what I'm saying. I don't know. He's doing so the guy who will be the other main guy, the French dude, Guinness.
Yes.
He kind of also doesn't like, I think a lot of people don't like our lead because he got, like we just said, Nepo babied into the position that he's in,
the
right?
fucking Pope.
Basically, his position that he's the second, he would normally he would be the one taking control at this conclave and being like, all right, guys, who's our next pope? Basically.
He's supposed to be the one in charge. He's supposed to know all of the ritual behind picking the next pope and stuff. And he's doesn't know anything. He's been busy eating pussy and fucking bitches and
which maybe, hey, let the man talk. I mean, let's hear what he has to say.
Yes.
But and then Guinness, he's like, hey, like don't screw this up kind of thing. And he's like, well, actually, it's my first thing. I think I'm going to let you take the lead since I can do whatever I want. And that's my choice. I'm going to let you because you have the experience.
Yeah.
And so the guy's kind of like, good move, I guess.
Oh, damn you with your smart aleck ways. It's a very Ferris Bueller moment where it's just like, I respect the play.
And so the one thing I did kind of find interesting that I wrote down, which I don't know if it'll stay with me, but he says there's 5 ways that they can come up with a new pope.
Yes.
So the first one is committee, and they basically select a committee, and then those people just pick the pope. The second one is inspiration. And if someone gets inspired by God, they can just shout it out, this guy's the next pope. And then if more people agree, if they get to a 2/3 agreeing, that guy's the new pope.
Yes.
Then there's an adoration, which is if one of the cardinals sees a light appear behind one of them, as if God's telling him, this is the dude. You know how God says that, right? And
all the time.
and then same thing, basically the same thing. They just then 2/3 have to agree to that, and then the one that is most popular is scrutiny, which is everyone does a vote.
Yeah.
And you wait till you have so you just place ballots, and then you wait
I
till you have
believe
the
it's 2/3 vote.
Yeah. So we have 18 in this case, so they need 12 votes. And then the last one, the fifth one, which I think he said never has happened, is a session where if you keep voting, you can't come to an agreement, can't get to that number 12 that they're looking for, is that you can all just stand. It's like someone can accede and be like, you know what? I'm going to let the other dude that I'm not voting for be the pope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting, I thought.
Ooh, I wonder which one of these will happen.
Right.
I wonder why they made this one specifically into a movie.
Yeah. And then, so he points out, like, since I'm in charge, like, this is Guinness still. He's like, I think we should just go for scrutiny. Let's do that.
Yes.
And they all say, okay, let's vote it out.
And that is also how they do it in the new conclave.
Makes sense.
It's interesting because they didn't even mention the other stuff in the new one.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, this is just how you get the Pope.
Well, that means they just streamlined it.
Yes. Yeah. We don't have to bring up all the God stuff.
It's literally, I was like, they had to bring it up because they're like, there's the ones where God tells you blah, blah, blah. You know how we think that.
Yeah, but those ones always kind of, they're never the best ones. Let's be honest here.
And so I smash cut to his brother, who is somewhere else in the world.
Yes.
And sick, apparently.
Yeah, this is what confused me a little bit, because I'm just like, is this his brother or is this somebody else?
No, it was his brother.
I realized after it was his brother.
Yeah. But yeah, so at the first look, it's like, what's happening right
Yeah.
now? And then the only thing else that confirms it is like, so that these like hooded men come into the room,
Mhm.
and it's a doctor, and he's like, oh, where's the patient or whatever? And then the second guy who's following him in, he takes off his hood, and you realize it's the guard that
Mhm.
Faulkner had under his
Yes.
like murdering.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The murder.
the murder happy guy, the guy who wanted to off Rodrigo right in front of the conclave
in the Vatican. Yes.
on the steps.
Yeah.
That guy. So now he's like, he's hovering over the sick brother.
Mm-hmm.
I think So Faulkner now in the conclave is like goes up to Rodrigo because he's a young guy, his first time doing it, and he's like basically like, hey, pick the right side.
Yeah.
Because now he's like, he's in here. He's safe. Can't murder him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, I can still like intimidate him, right? So
Yes, I can still intimidate him. And Faulkner very much wants a French pope.
That's right.
He's very much like, it's time for a French pope. We've had enough Spaniards. We don't want an Italian pope. We need a French pope in order to push, because the French king is he's a mouthpiece for the French king.
Yeah, and they're also saying that it will help based on the Roman-Spanish divide, that if they don't pick either of those, it'll kind of ease tensions on both those fronts as well.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people saying the French Pope is the good choice. Yes.
Is Brian Blessed playing an Englishman?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, none of them are really doing accents. And I'm just like, if he was supposed to be because again, I apologize. I just all the names just kind of blended together.
100%. Yeah.
Together in this one really badly.
Yeah. No, and I think the only reason I know that is because there's a point where him and so Blessed and Guinness, they become the front runners.
Yes.
And they have a back and forth where they're like, oh, French people are this. And he's like, well, I've never met a honorable Englishman in my whole life. So that's like the only reason I even know that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, we just talked about they're having dinner, I guess, and they're talking about this French option is the best. And
it's a very talky movie. Very much. There's not much. The only other action that I guess basically happens is that his brother does get murdered.
Yeah.
At some point. And
man.
And it's very funny.
Yeah. Brian Blessed's only point, like, because he's like does think the French thing's a good idea. Thinks it'll keep peace a little bit, but he's like, this dude that you want is like he's a rich guy. He's it's. I think we should put someone in charge who believes in God. Let's get the most God-fearing man, which is himself. Let's put that person in charge, because I won't fold to all these political people trying to get one up on each other kind of thing.
And it is very funny because he gives that speech and then somebody's just like, are you talking about yourself?
And he's like, yeah. Obviously, obviously I am.
Make me the Pope, damn it. I'm the only one here who believes in God still, and I'm the only one here who's never been balls deep before, guys. I'm deep into God.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, can Catholic priests have sex?
I don't know. I think that's a lot of the...
No, they can't.
I don't know.
No, I'm basing this off of solely The Simpsons, where there's a bit where Homer's in jail about to get executed, and then a Catholic priest is there, and he's just like, sorry, Father, I'm not Catholic. And then the Catholic priest is just like, well, have fun in hell. And then he walks by Reverend Lovejoy. Reverend Lovejoy's just like, nice try. He's just like, oh, go home and have sex with your wife. And then they get a fist fight in the jail.
Good. Yeah, I don't know any of this stuff.
It's if you're married before you're ordained.
Oh. This is why we keep airing around. That's good stuff.
Coming in clutch. So listen, I need to get married and then ordained, and I can be a priest. I could be a priest, are you kidding?
I don't know. I think you'll have to know more about the whole Pope situation.
Yeah. I might have to believe in God, too. That might help.
That might be a part of it. I don't know. There is one other, so amongst all these cardinals, there is one other young guy.
Yes.
Who, I don't know his name at all. It's Irons is his real name. Like his something Irons. I believe. Yeah.
I missed that. But he's Rodrigo's cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
That makes sense.
because throughout the conclave, the cousin is the one that is like the deciding vote. It seems
Right.
and Faulkner's constantly being like, "You have to get your cousin to switch sides. You have to get your cousin to vote for me," kind of thing. He just keeps being like, "My cousin will vote however he wants. You can't bribe him. He's a man of God," kind of thing.
So I think we're talking about different people because
Okay.
the other young guy, he's the one who's like, he basically says in front of the room, like, whoever gives me the most money, I will.
Right.
That's the guy I'm talking
Yes,
about. Yeah,
sorry.
No worries. But yeah, he's basically like, he out loud says this, and Brian Bless is like, is everyone okay with that? Like, we're just gonna let this guy who's like, if you pay me, I'll vote for you.
Yeah.
And he's an interesting one.
Then who's his cousin? Because I thought his cousin was a younger person.
So
too.
I think his cousin, what I gathered, was the old guy that he keeps going to be like, where he's basically like, hey, can you not, even though you're not going to vote for Faulkner or Guinness, sorry,
okay,
can you say you who you're voting for is between you and your God? Because then it will keep. If they know you're not going to, they'll be mad about it. But if they think that you might still, it'll be. They'll be like, oh, great. And they'll leave you alone. And because he's also basically being like, anyone who doesn't vote for me, when I'm Pope, I will
kill.
Yes, my enemies will be smote.
Yeah.
And then so
it's the will of God. What can I say? I have a direct link now.
So I think he's also then like trying to protect his cousin in that way, you know, because he also does think like, because we should say, I guess, he basically isn't for Guinness. Like he doesn't want, he's like, oh, I don't think he'll be a good Pope, but he basically is like, no, it's going to happen. And let me tell you, if you want to be protected under me, I'll tell you what, right now, I'll give you your same position. You'll be protected. And he's kind of like, oh, like that's a pretty good deal. I can't really pass that up. So he sides with the seemingly terrible side of things. Yeah.
Never side with the French. That's what in any war of the 20th century, don't side with the French. No. But so basically, Guinness is just like, I am going to be Pope. Do you want to live or die?
Yes.
And throughout it, he's just like, Rodrigo is just going back and forth, trying to
they're all trying to get votes now. Yeah.
And they have, I think, a total of 3 voting sessions that we see.
They have 3. Yes. The first one's a little more split. There's like I think it's like 6 for somebody, and there's not really like that's the front runner, which might be Brian Blessed, I believe, on the first one.
Yes, the first one is Brian Blessed,
and then there's a few other loose votes here and there, and they're kind of like, okay, now we know who we can get an idea for, especially because he's the one reading out the votes, the Guinness, right? So he's like, oh, we know who we can kind of coerce to our side or whatever. Who we have to work on. And he's also like to Rodrigo, like, hey, all your Spanish guys, none of them voted for me, so get working on them. Because if we have all their votes, guess whose interest I'm going to protect is the Spanish, right? So it's very just a political he said, she said kind of I don't know.
We're running out of things here, folks.
Yeah, it's not the most entertaining movie. It was. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I wanted to like it more.
Yeah.
I think they want to keep it as true to reality as possible.
Yeah.
And it's not that interesting, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
It felt a little bit like reading a Wikipedia page where you're just like, oh, I'd like this subject,
right? Yes,
but I want a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it did have that because I like I much prefer a maybe not everyone's like this, but a historical story that takes some liberties.
Yes,
like I always like. Did you ever see the Tudors or whatever?
I've heard of it. I didn't see it.
I like that one because they kind of kept in all the like hearsay rumors, which I thought are far more interesting than what potentially happened. You know?
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. That's another one.
That's an exact story, I thought.
I'm not even joking. I actually recently read where they're just like, actually, outside of the vampire hunting, they got almost everything super accurate in that movie.
That's amazing.
Which is so fun. Where they're just like, they recreated this like Knock Knight. They recreated this like setting as more closely than like Lincoln did.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Did he walk around with an axe a lot?
He did.
That's
He
great.
was a tall guy with an axe.
That's pretty cool.
I was tall. I'd carry an axe all the time. I'd carry an axe everywhere.
Yeah, totally. I'd carry a hatchet just so it seemed like I'm even bigger, you know?
Oh no, I wanna carry an axe to get like a really short guy to carry a hatchet. That's the combo you want.
Oh man. Yeah, I think like you said before, they do go back to Spain, and the brother and all his guys are ambushed and murdered.
Yes,
and
which
is funny because he's also just like seems like he's almost dying in a bed, and the guy's like, I'll drown him in this bucket.
Yes,
it'll be horrific.
Yeah, it was actually kind of like, oh shit,
yeah,
he's
like,
drowning this man.
Stab this man with your giant sword. No, drown him in a bucket.
Like if there was like a little bit of repertoire between them beforehand, like in Rome, where it was just like, oh, these two hated each other for a long time,
yeah,
or even knew each other, instead of just like, I could stab you, but I'm going to do this as painfully as I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I think we're nearing the.
There's some interesting stuff. I think a lot of my favorite parts have to do with Brian Blessed and his performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically one of the things is because I think after they do have a second vote, and it's just the two of them. It's it's 10-8 for the evil guy now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, all right, we can work on a couple of these guys, right?
Yeah.
And they're still like, yes, get your cousin to change his vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes up with Rodrigo. He's like, what if crazy idea. What if I get Brian Blessed to change his vote? Because maybe he'll know it's coming, and he can maybe get in on the favor.
Yes.
You know, and he goes to him to like talk to him, and he's basically like, how about he's you know what? I'll vote for him if he can make me the vice chancellor. Which is like
which is his position.
Yeah, and then he's also like, by the way, he's also promised that to someone already. Like, you're not getting that spot. And he's kind of, now he's like having oh no, I'm like still naive, and like, he might be right. I might not have this spot. He might have just told me that. I think he goes to him and kind of says like, oh, you know, what's to say? Because he basically, his thing is like, I'm a man of my word. I wouldn't do that. And so he's like, well, what if you just make me your thing for like a few weeks, and then you decide I'm not good at it, and then technically you won't have broken your word. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'll put it in writing right now. So that's kind of like the only, like, oh, okay, he is trying to. I wasn't sure how it was going. There was one interesting, I'm trying to think of the word here. He's like, I think it's the cousin who says it to him, where he basically, because like I said, I wouldn't have caught this if I didn't know about Borgia or whatever, but he says to him like, oh, someday you'll either be the most corrupt man there is, or you'll sit on the throne as the Pope. Yes. And he's like, I'm not sure they're different things. Yeah. And it's like, because I think that does happen. He becomes a very corrupt Pope. Absolutely. Yeah, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, also, if you didn't know that, the music sting they play is pretty obvious. And it's like, yeah, this guy gets there.
When his brother is murdered, somebody does rush from Spain.
Yes.
To tell him.
Kind of his brother's like secondhand guard dude. Yes. Yeah, which is that's pretty also horrific scene. He goes to the thing, to the conclave, and so they're like, we're not letting anyone in. No one can talk to them, right? They're in recluse or whatever, and he's like, can someone get word his brother's dead? And they're like, you're one of those dirty Spanish guards, and they just beat this man to death in the street. That's another. I was like, oh my god, it was horrific, and they like strung him up and everything.
Yeah, it was really bad.
No, it was intense.
But word of his brother's death does get to Rodrigo, which is important. Yeah. He moves on very fast. Yeah. He's going.
But it's another political thing where it's like the guy, like we said, Faulkner. Yes. He basically is just like, hey man, I'm really sorry your brother died. And he's like, huh? He's like, wow. Yeah, didn't you hear your brother? He's dead. And he also tells him like, oh, he died of a fever, and which he knows is bullshit, right? Yes. And so he also knows like the fact that you know this, you had something to do with it. Kind of tries to fight him in the middle of the conclave, and all the popes cardinals break it up, and then they're like, should we vote again?
I guess we gotta vote again.
Let's give another one of those votes. Yeah. So they do it again. Again, it's 10-8.
Yeah.
Then we find out that this guy, the guy Guinness, he's has bad eyesight as his his excuse, but he lied. It was actually 9-9. Brian Blessed comes down and is like, bullshit. Let me see those papers, and it's 9-9.
Yeah, because Rodrigo changed his vote.
Yeah.
No, now he's just like, oh, you had my brother killed, basically, or at least he believes like you had something to do with this. You're not going to give me this position. You're not going to protect the interests of Spaniards, kind of thing.
And so they, I don't know, are still mad at each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole thing about, there's a really weird line where, I mean, he's trying to get the votes of like the, what's that place called? Constantinople's.
Oh, Constantinople.
Yeah. He's trying to get them to like, because they're basically like, hey, if you vote for us, we'll run out all those Muslims out of your territory. And they're like, oh, those people, if they stick around, they're going to ruin our holy land.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, man. This age-old debate that everyone's... Oh, man.
I was wondering where you were going.
No, it was it was really sad. It was like, oh, man.
I'm just like, I don't know what Josh is about to say.
Just like, it's sad when you watch a movie from like the 1400s and they're like,
oh,
can
yeah.
you still using this as like a political thing?
Nothing has changed.
No, sadly.
Was the really weird line you were also thinking about called, oh my God, we missed. There was a prolonged shitting scene.
Oh, I do have it. Yes. Because so basically, all the guys who are trying to get the French dude Guinness in charge, they're for whatever reason having their conversation in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And Brian Blessed, as a awesome power move, comes in and is like, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna shit in front of all of you.
Yeah.
And they don't like it. And then he also then touches a guy's face immediately. And it was that was like one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, if Brian Blessed shit in front of me, I would be like,
oh, he's Pope. That's the Pope shit right there.
You win, Brian.
Yes, thank you for not letting us skip over that scene because it was hilarious.
And he does a flourish when he flips up his.
That's right. Yeah.
That's to sit down.
Yeah. Oh man. We talked about before, like in another movie, about not being able to, like I'm a shy peer.
Yes.
Oh man, if there was one of those bench shit
my
toilets,
God.
I would not be good at those.
Actually, you know what, Shannon? I think I could. I think I could. No, I'm a shy pisser. I'm like a public shitter.
Confident shitter. That's awesome. And then so they're after the last vote, they're 9-9. They're all arguing, and then so one of the dudes is just like, "All right, what's the point in doing this again? We'll vote how many times? It's never going to change. I vote like accession time, you know."
Yeah. You did miss my favorite line of the movie, which is when they're bickering about like we're going to keep voting back and forth and stuff. And Brian Blessed says, "Will someone please relieve my aching bullocks?"
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I caught that. That's
fun. It was pretty great.
And so everyone, the two guys who could be Pope are like, yeah, fine, let's try that. Let's see if any, and they sit in a room and there's a long, silent, just tense music playing.
The music here was actually really good.
Well, it's really good. It's and they're just showing everyone's faces, trying to be like, oh, is anyone, like we said at the start of the movie, this has never happened, right? This has never worked where someone just is like, all right, the guy I'm voting for, I don't want to be Pope anymore. And then you're kind of wondering if one of them's going to cave. And our boy,
It's
Rodrigo, he stands up and he's like, yeah, I exceed.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of like, even Brian Blessed's like shocked.
Yeah.
And then so that kind of starts a little bit of a wave where another person stands up and does it. And then finally the young guy who was like, oh, I'll do it for money. He stands up and he's like, yeah, I'll get on side.
Yeah.
And so there you have it, Brian Blessed,
and then
Pope.
Yeah, finally, and then Faulkner stands up. He's just a fee. He's just like,
yeah,
I stand.
Yeah, and he goes over and pays respects.
Yeah,
like, gets right on his knees and does the whole.
Yeah, and Brian Blessed really does sell the scene very well. Of like, oh my God, I'm the Pope.
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
What I really liked, this is my favorite part, is they have they're all in this big chamber obviously, and then they have this little like privacy curtain.
Yeah.
Because when Faulkner loses, he immediately like whips it
Yes.
shut. And he like has a little cry to himself, and then so does Brian Blessed's like
Yes.
says one like where he's like, I can't believe I'm Pope. Oh my god. And yeah, so they all just pay their respects and I guess go there and then because it's funny because they're all I think they were. The one thing the whole movie was kind of saying up that this guy's too young, doesn't know the political game of it.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, he actually ended up in the best position because he was openly the one who was like, you know what, I'm going to give it
to him. Yeah.
And like I said, with knowing kind of that he becomes corrupt, I really was actually not knowing anything about history, especially popes.
Yeah.
I was like shocked because I was like, oh, I thought he was going to end up on the evil side.
Yes. But then he becomes the Pope.
Yeah.
Pope Benedict? I don't know.
I don't think so.
That's one of those names.
Yeah, he was pretty recent, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, he was Pope Benedict II.
Was he really? Oh,
so
okay.
there was a first Pope.
Okay, I thought Benedict was an OG one. That's cool. And then, he goes.
Wait, maybe he was.
I don't know. Who cares? And Pope Frank might have been the one.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he
Pope Josh.
Oh boy, I hope that doesn't happen. He rides back to town and he goes and finds the girl and he's like, hey. Oh, at one point during the movie, they randomly show her and she was with the creepy dude.
was with the other guy.
Yeah.
Which is why I was just like, how long are they doing this conclave for?
Yeah, I don't know.
It had to have been more. I said a few hours earlier. It had to have been like a few days, at least maybe weeks.
Yeah, I think that's usually what they take. I don't know. But
because
who knows?
they usually only take a few days
Right,
now.
yeah.
I'm not sure about back then, but
then.
like think about someone had to travel back to Spain.
Yes.
Then travel back from Spain.
That's more where I was going off based off the
Yeah.
time length too. That they had to go to all these places and word had to travel and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was interesting. And then she picks Borgia guy, and then we end on our sad pervy guy doing a sad walk away.
Yes.
Because he's been bested.
Charlie Browning away.
It was very Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Did we ever get his name? Because I'm curious if he ever comes back in your series.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I did look that up because I was also curious of that.
That'd be very funny if he was a character this whole time and you had you were just like, oh yeah.
No, I think I looked it up because I was interested, but I don't know. No, I can't think of. Oh, the other confusing thing is there's two like different Borgia series, so that also always confuses me.
Yes.
I think there was one that was like full on Spanish speaking, maybe.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's the Conclave.
That's the Conclave.
It's very, very much movie your teacher puts on because they're hungover. And then you fall asleep through it. You take like a pop quiz, but she puts the answers on the board.
Right. Yeah.
Not really.
No, I couldn't.
What would you give this on Letterboxd? I'd give it a 2.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think it's just a little too boring.
Yeah.
Brian Blessed is great.
He's the highlight for me for sure.
And there are some good scenes in it. Some genuine, like the end scene is genuinely very tense.
Yeah. The other thing I just remembered,
Yes.
which if you're this made me laugh, is that a fan of Trailer Park Boys, Jim Leahy is one of the Cardinals, which is kind of funny that it's
I
just
completely missed that.
Yeah,
That's
he's one
so
of the
funny.
because when I was going through the IMDb, I was like, why do I know this one name? And then I saw the picture and I was like, oh, that's Leahy. And then he's like one of the Cardinals, and it's just he's actually the one who opened when they announced the Pope, like opens the doors or window or whatever. And it's very weird to see Jim Leahy be like, this is your new Pope. Because I also am just like, is he drunk in this as well?
Here's your new fucking Pope, Randy.
Shit, Pope.
Yes. All right, so that is the Conclave.
That's the Conclave.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, please make sure you like it, share it, subscribe to it. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, everywhere really, at Absolutely Obscure Podcast. You can also email us at Absolutely Obscure Podcast, like someone did.
That's
and
right.
We will read out and answer your questions, which we will do right now.
Perfect.
For our first ever question asked on the podcast.
He'll be excited.
He'll be very excited. This has come from Rob Hembroff.
Yeah.
So the email is, hey guys, longtime Josh and Rory watcher. We've noticed. First time Gmailer. You two are so funny together. Thank you so much, Rob. If you're answering questions on the pod, I'd love to know how you two met and how you ended up doing a podcast together. Please keep up the hilarious bad movie podcast forever. The worse the movie, the better the show.
Again, not trying to do bad movies.
No, we really want to find good movies.
Not trying to do bad movies.
Yes.
I guess we met in Regina.
We met in Regina, I want to say 2014.
That sounds right.
Like maybe a little before that.
Because I think I started in 2013, and then I had to move back by 2014.
Yes.
So yeah.
That would have been when we met at the Artful Dodger.
That's right.
It was where the open mic was.
Yeah.
Our once.
So yeah, we were doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And
then it's a very small scene. Even like, yeah, I feel like we know everyone here, but it's even smaller than that. It's like, you're
10 people
forced to be with, everybody.
Yes,
and
you're forced to be friends with people you might not be friends with anymore if you move to another city. Again, you don't have to see them every day.
But there was genuine friendships in there. And yeah,
absolutely.
I think we connected pretty quick. We were both kind of on the younger side, I think, at the time.
Yes, we were the younger of the crew there still, and we weren't married,
That's
which
right.
was the other thing that set us
that's
apart.
right. We were younger and single, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then we started the podcast because I wanted to do this podcast for a while, and I thought, and Josh, you were like, "Oh, I'm moving here." I'm just like, "Let's just do it together."
We actually, you brought this up. I mean, because I had intentions to move for a long time. I just didn't have the financial ability for a while. But we had this idea. We were talking about it like 2 years before I came out here. I think even.
Because it was always just like I want to do another podcast. I had an old one with our other friend Tim Kaler, which was very fun, but so much goddamn work.
Yeah.
Even more work than this one. And this one, like, it's not like
this
a
one I
ton
have
of work.
fun with, and I get to watch
Yes.
a movie that I've never watched before. And then also I think that was really what sold me on it when you came with the idea was I liked I love lots of movie podcasts, but I feel like the thing they do is either you review a really popular movie, which is fine, or a really terrible movie, which is also fine. But so I like the idea of us doing movies no one's ever heard of.
Yeah, well, we can be the ones, if we ever become popular, we could be the ones discovering things, which I think is very exciting.
And also, streamline that search. If these movies get looked up, we're going to be right under the top search.
Oh, when the Conclave pops off. Oh, we're going to be huge.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the email, Rob.
Thanks
I hope
for the question.
If you want to send a question or any comments, we'll read them off on the podcast.
Yes.
Josh, where could we...
Yeah, you can also find us individually on all our socials at The True Rory and Real Funny Josh.
Yes. Thank you to Aaron Campbell, our producer. Producer Aaron, handsomest man in comedy.
3 cameras.
3 cameras, baby.
Can you believe it?
Ooh.
Flying high.
Yes. We sucking and fucking now, boys.
That's after we're done recording.
Sorry. That's not supposed to go on the podcast.
I'll edit it out. Don't worry.
And thank you to Matt Prince for our theme music. And thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.